So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of She's Got Game. Today I'm here with former college athlete going pro, JEMOTT. So, Chanel, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. It's been a while since the last time I seen you, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've been pretty good. I've been playing a little bit of basketball, not as much because I've been working.
That's good. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, like you said, it has been a while, but I'm glad you were able to join the podcast today. So, I wanted to start off from the top with your basketball journey. So, what initially got you into basketball in the first place?
To be honest, I've been playing basketball for as long as I can remember. So I can't even pinpoint what got me into it because I've been playing I've been having a ball in my hands since I was like 3 or 4.
Uh-huh.
But I come from like a sports family, kind of. Not that we're like all athletes, but like my grandpa, my uncle, like they all like loved watching sports. So I'm pretty sure I grew up with like watching a lot of like sports in the house, and then maybe that's what made me gravitate towards playing sports.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I don't even remember. I've been playing for a while.
Yep,
So,
it's second year now.
uh, so with that being said, has it always been something you wanted to take serious, or was it like at a certain age you realized like, oh, I want to make this like a career or something like that?
I think, yeah, it's always been something I wanted to take seriously. I'm just kind of like the kind of person that wants to like master things. So,
Yeah.
so like once I started, or once I like find a like real interest towards it, then I do everything on my power to like try to perfect it. So like with basketball, like I said, I started playing like super young. But fortunately, I had like people in my corner that like helped like nurture my like natural talent and like keep me interested and help develop me. And so like ever since I was like maybe in middle school, I was like, yeah, I want to play professionally.
That's nice. That's nice. So you played AAU, right? Or how did that work out?
I did, but I didn't take the typical route. So like in New York City, I'm from Brooklyn. So like growing up, there's like the typical AAU like teams and circuits and stuff like that, and have like New Heights or Gauchos or Exodus, which are like big AAU programs in the city. And then like, but I played for New Heights like a year, like my junior year of high school, but I didn't take the typical route of like playing travel basketball, like biggest stage from like very young. Like I came very late to the show. I was playing summer basketball. I was playing AAU with like local teams and like traveling to the Bronx or Queens or something, or like Pennsylvania or Jersey. But I like the big like AAU circuits and stuff like that. I have a chance to get to.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am now with basketball, especially being in Costa Rica because there's not like AAU and stuff like that. So I want you to walk me through the process of you being able to play in college and where you ended up playing.
So stemming off from my last talk about like AAU and not being super exposed as early on as a lot of other girls were. So I didn't really have any, what's the word? I didn't have any schools coming out of high school. Like I wasn't being recruited by any, like I was being recruited, but not by the schools that I wanted, right? Because in my head I was going on, right? So like I had mainly D3 schools that wanted me, and like I think maybe 1 or 2 like D2 schools, but I wasn't like, I didn't get much exposure in high school. So my plan was to apply to wherever I wanted to go and hope that they give me enough amount in like academic money. And from then on, I'll just try to find my way to get on a team. So that's what I kind of did. I ended up going to Seton Hall my first year. And luckily, the one AAU coach or team that I played for, my coach had a like not significant, but he had a relationship with one of the coaches at Seton Hall. And so he like put in, he was able to get me a tryout. And then I tried out and made the team, and it was like a walk-on. That in itself was a different experience. Very fun though. And no, I lied, not very fun, but but it definitely taught me a lot. It definitely taught me a lot, and it helped me to develop to become the player that I am today. But things didn't work out at Seton Hall. I stayed there for a year, and then I ended up transferring to come back home to Brooklyn College, and I finished out my collegiate career there.
Okay, good, good. And I feel like a lot of girls or just athletes, basketball players, they feel like you have to go D1 to succeed. But I feel like if you're able to play your sport like after high school, like that's not a thing that a lot of people do. So, I mean, D1, D2, D3, whatever. I mean, I think it's an accomplishment.
I think the percentage for like collegiate players in general is like really low. So like you said, staying in college is a big deal no matter where you are. In hindsight, whenever I tell like girls coming up after me, like, one, it's not about the division. Like you can make your mark or make an impact like wherever you go. Like, and that's where you should go, wherever you can make an impact, right? Like there's girls that go to like really like super like really good programs or whatever and don't touch the floor until they're seniors. Like, okay, at this point, who knows you? You know, like how is your name getting out of there? You have to have like a magical senior season for you to even like, you know, do anything. So I always tell like girls coming up behind me, like, one, if you can go for like if it's between a high D1 major school and a low division basketball, like it's not going to kill you to go low because you can make that much more of an impact. Your legacy will mean a little bit more at those schools, you know? So that's what I try to tell them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I saw a video of Russell Westbrook. He was saying like, just dominate where you're at. And that's what my dad keeps telling me, especially being in Costa Rica. It's like, there's no colleges, nobody coming to Costa Rica to watch the basketball here. Like, let's be honest. So it's just a matter of working to accomplish my goals, like personally. Like, so.
And as good as you are, like, I'm a firm believer if you put in the work and the dedication and the 10,000 hours that you have to put in, like, the name will ring, like, no matter what or where you are, you know? So just keep working.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I saw that you were able to win a championship. Is that right? In one of your years. How was that for you?
Good. We won. So when I transferred to Brooklyn, when I had transferred, they made it to the finals like a couple of times in a row. They were a pretty good team, but they were never able to like get over the hump and win the chip. So that was 2018 was my first year winning it. And then what should have been a four-peat while I was there. We ended up winning 3 championships while I was there. And we went to the NCAA tournament all 3 times. And then my senior year, we finally like made it to the second round, which is pretty hard to do. But it was super fun. Like it's fun being a part of winning programs and winning culture and stuff like that, because then you can take whatever you learn from those programs and you can literally apply it to anything in life. You just learn life.
Yeah, that's what's up. And like I said, like we were talking about earlier, like it's accomplishment to play after high school, but even smaller percentage of people get to win anything really, like championships, getting to the next Final Four or whatever it is. Like, I think that's really important, especially because you have a certain amount of years to kind of do it. I think that's really good. Yeah,
winning isn't everything though, but it's definitely
it's definitely something.
I had a teammate my freshman year who didn't win any, like hasn't won a championship like in her whole life. So when we won that chip, it meant so much to her.
That's good.
But winning is everything, but it's something for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good experience. So like, I know a lot of female athletes or just athletes in general, I feel like they get their certain skill level different ways. So I hear a lot in like females, even with myself, like you can hear one girl is like, oh, I played with boys growing up, that's why I play like this, or I had to play under a certain pressure, that's why I play like this. Was there something growing up that made you kind of the player you are, like developed you into how you play today?
That's a good question. Well, I definitely have to bring up like where I'm from, like New York City. playing in playground and street ball and all
Yeah.
that. Definitely gives you another like level of toughness. But which I do have, but I think I do have like a touch and like a finesse weakness kind of to my game, if I do say.
Yeah, I remember.
And I think that's because of the like players that I watched. Like my favorite player growing up was Carmelo Anthony, and I really like Maya Moore. So like just watching how they play, their highlights and stuff like that, and then also like being able to apply it when I'm like playing street ball or whatever. So I think a combination of both is how I play.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I remember you playing here, kind of flexing on girls, like stuff like that. So I definitely remember that in our home gym.
The girls like in Costa Rica though are like pretty strong. Like when I first got there, I was like, okay, like
yeah.
I wasn't expecting like through the roof like skill level or talent, but what I didn't expect was the physicality, like how strong they are and their conditioning, because they're actually pretty good running up and down the court. But they like practice on those are pro courts, and I think they've like probably practiced on them for like their whole lives. Or
Yes.
But yeah, how do you like Costa Rican basketball? How's it going?
I mean, it's different being like playing my age group, because it's not like, oh, you're bringing an American in, they're gonna be the star, they're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the coaches, at least I feel, don't know what to do when they have like a certain talent level or stuff like that. Because I played in the league in the first division and everything like that, and with my last team, and I was coming off the bench averaging 25. And so it's kind of just having that mindset, just dominating where you're at. So like every time I get in the game, kind of just make an impact and just keep working, like you said. But yeah,
definitely. I know it could probably be easy to like let things like that get to you, or play down to the competition or whatever. But like, and I know because I watch you on like online and stuff, like you put in so much like time and your work ethic is already through the roof, which says a lot. So like just every time you play, it's like not like, don't play who's in front of you, play who you want to play against, like imagine like the highest level of where you want to play at, and that's how you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna apply that. And I, like you said about the physicality with the girls, it's different like from the United States, because in the United States you'll play on your team, whether it's AU, whatever it is, and then you'll have like a skills trainer, and then you'll have like a performance trainer. And I realized with my teammates and the girls that I've kind of seen, on Instagram and stuff, a lot of their workout is lifting. Like they lift a lot. So I think that's where the physicality comes from. Like they're all jacked.
I think that's just like a lifestyle thing for them. Like a lot of the athletes are just like gym. They just go to the gym and they lift and they look strong. I think that's just how life is for them over there.
Yeah, because there's like a gym on every corner.
Yeah, I didn't start lifting until I was literally in college. So
yeah, I just started lifting recently. So yeah, it's a little bit different, but you can take advantage of the fact that they don't have the skill level. They don't really have the quickness. They'll be fast, but they won't be quick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And so I wanted to ask you, as like a kid, it was kind of a personal question for me, but like, did you have a certain training regimen as a kid, or were you just kind of playing? And how has it changed as you got to like the college and pro level?
So the answer to that is somewhat no, but mainly no, but I'm going to dive into why I say somewhat. So I'm not like a super trained kid. Like I wasn't the person that woke up, went to training, like did it every day, right? There was times in my life that was more structured in that matter than other times. Like when I was in middle school, and I played, like I played for a certain team, like after school every day. I would go to practice, and that was like 5 to 7. And then in that period, I was training a lot, and I was. I think what made the difference is the times that I was training. So like 14, 13, 15, like those are like the really like formidable years that really define you. And I think I was training a lot at those periods, which helped me like gain separation skill wise. But like I never really, other than like, I never really had the resources to like train. I don't come from like my mom is not an athlete, like doesn't really like, she wasn't a basketball mom, you know? So like, I just didn't have the resources to like have a trainer or train every day or stuff like that. But I would just do what I could and like go to the parks and stuff like that. And then when I was playing on teams and stuff, I think once I got to college, and then my first year was like I came from a high school where it was like not that great. We only made it out of the first round of the playoffs, never made it further than that. And then I walked on and went to like a D1 school. So that's where I kind of learned my like workout regimen and like how much hours you really got to put in. And then so from there on, it was like, okay, practice is not enough. Like you have to practice before and after, like put up shots, extra conditioning, stuff like that. And then it like my training regimen kind of progressed like after that. And like with every goal that I wanted, or like each year after college, you know, you have like your end of the year meeting and your goals that you want to reach for the next year, with every like year that passed and I had a new goal each year, it was like, okay, now these are the things that I have to do training wise in order to reach those goals. So it really like progressed. But coming up, I was not that kid that was in the gym every day. And even now I'm not really a gym rat. I like to do what I do, get in and get out. Like
yeah, I get that. Yeah, I like to ask questions like that because like for me it's completely different because my dad is a trainer. So it's like it was literally in our house. But like he doesn't make me. I'll just be in the bed and he'd be like, you want to go to the gym or not? And so it's kind of like a choice I have to make. But I know it's different for people who don't have a trainer at their front door. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of like mentally you bringing yourself to the gym and you having your own workout and stuff like that. So I kind of like to ask different people, stuff like that.
I would have loved that. My uncle was an AAU coach growing up, but he lived in Georgia. So like whenever I would visit, like, we would train and stuff like that. And I actually visited not too long ago and I trained with him. But he was so far that like I didn't have that like routine training or anything with him. But I would have loved to have that. I think that would make my game so much more easier because when you train a lot, you do less thinking. Everything is just like nature. So I do a lot of like thinking and reads and all that. I mean, obviously you need to do reads and stuff like that, but like there's certain people who have go-to moves that like I know this move is going to work no matter who's in front of me and stuff like that. And I think training is what like really helps develop that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. So another thing I wanted to ask, was Costa Rica your first pro experience?
Yeah, it was. I had graduated college in 2022. Yeah. So I was doing a master's program. So I finished basically like December of 2022. And then was really like reaching out to like anybody because I was doing it like on my own. Like I didn't have an agent or anything. I was just reaching out, sending clips, emailing teams and stuff like that. I had went to England like on a family trip, and I was like, might as well hit some teams out, hit some teams up while I'm out there too. So I was pretty close to talk to like engaging with a team out there, but the timing didn't work out. And then sometime around like May is when I heard back from the Costa Rica League, and it's like, sure, like this is something out. Like it wasn't a hard decision for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good experience to play overseas. I feel like no matter where it is, because there's a lot of people who haven't even been out of the States, just like even outside of basketball. Like a lot of people don't travel outside of the States, and then to be able to go outside because of a sport is kind of like a no-brainer. So
Yeah, I literally think about it all the time. Like, yo, this sport has brought me so many places. Like, it's crazy. It really wasn't even up for debate. Like, I was gonna come no matter what because it's a new experience, and like I've always wanted to like live in different countries and learn about different cultures and stuff like that. For me, it's like way more than basketball. Like, thank God that I've gotten here because of basketball, but like everything else is like way more than basketball as well.
Yeah, I agree. So I know you said you kind of wanted to take basketball seriously since like a young age, but did you always see yourself playing in a completely different country, or was it kind of like college, or how did that work?
Well, it was always professional. And then I just got a reality check, maybe in like high school, that yeah, it wasn't all cracked up. Not what it's all cracked up to be. And I also knew that the chances, it's like the league is so small. The drafts are always so small. Like the chances to get a team is so hard and it, like already. So I just wanted to like open my mind up to other opportunities. So I wasn't like disappointed if I didn't make the WNBA, which didn't happen. So, so yeah. And then like you like hear about the money and like how it's better overseas, and then you're like, wait, I could go to a different country, I could get paid more. Like it just sounded more enticing.
Yeah. I think honestly, like we were talking about before with the whole AAU thing, like with the WNBA, even nowadays, it's kind of like, of course, they're talented players, but now that women's basketball has gotten more popular in the last maybe like 2 years, it's honestly like the most popular players in college basketball, I think. So it's all stems from like exposure and all this stuff, who people want to see in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. A lot of it is definitely politics. And then it's also like discouraging when you see like these great players who make it to the WNBA and then after training camp, they're like waived or, you know, and like go a full season. It's like, wait, what's going on? Because it's not like, it's not talent. Like we've seen these players play. So it's just like, there has to be more than just basketball that's like making a factor into those decisions.
Yeah, I definitely realized that after seeing a girl from LSU just won a championship, then got waived from the league, and I was like on the Globetrotters or something like that.
What was her name? Was it Destiny? No. But now she's a Harlem Globetrotter, right? Yeah.
She was a guard, I think.
There's a lot of people.
I know, and it sucks. And I don't know, there's Liz Cambage. Liz Cambage, she had a lot of politics on her side. Yeah, so there's
there's a video out there of her like recently getting ejected from I guess she was in a Chinese league. The girl, like she's crazy
for no reason.
She needs to go to a mental facility, bro. I don't know.
Yes, and even in Nigeria, I think it was like another thing that happened. I'm like,
it's not the first time with her. Like, I don't know why she is like that. Like, some players are like aggressive in that way, or like try to get under your skin. Like, okay, that's fine. That's some people that play like. She's like going up the
Yeah, it's definitely deeper than basketball with her. So I'm not complaining.
She's also really good though. Like, which is like,
yeah,
bro, you don't even have to do that. You're so good. You don't even have to do that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is, but. Yeah, along with her, then there's Taya Cooper, then there's all these girls who just got waived from the league, but they didn't deserve to get waived. Like you said, it's all politics, so that's really how it is. So, be honest with me on this one. How was your experience playing in Costa Rica?
It was definitely an experience. The team that I was on was. Okay, so like if we were to like map out the league, right? There's like the teams that are well coached, they have good players and practices or whatever. And I would say like Gold, Heredia. Those were those teams.
Yeah.
And then you got the middle teams that kind of fall in between. I would say Rosewell was like one of those teams. And then you had the teams coached the best, didn't have the most play. But there were so many factors in it because it's like these are normal people who have normal lives who are not getting paid. So like what's the word? Like it just didn't mean as much for them as it meant for chasing their dream. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so they would so it was like hard to we would practice, but it wouldn't be like the same amount of girls every practice. Sometimes we'd have 5 people practicing, 6 people practicing. So it was really hard to get in a rhythm like as a team. And be confident to like go out and play each day when you don't know who's suiting up. You know the plays, whoever's suiting up. Yeah, that was difficult. And then also like there was like players on the team that like felt I don't know how to say it, like entitled or like don't want to give up their seat or like I don't know, but that was definitely a thing too. But overall, it was fun. It was definitely I was pushed into a leader role. I can't say pushed because I think maybe I'm naturally a leader and I just have that like effect. But for my first year playing professionally or semi-pro, whatever you want to call it, I just wanted to be like a learner, you know, and like soak and like be taught new things and not put in a role where I have to teach people things or like, you know, that was the only thing. But I mean, I'm still like super grateful for the opportunity and I definitely would recommend it to anybody that's trying to go pro or whatever. Like if you get the opportunity, definitely go.
Yeah, I definitely agree because Costa Rica, I think everybody said is kind of like that stepping stone. It's like, okay, you played pro, you have the footage, and now you can kind of shop it around. Because that's how my dad is too. They just started a men's pro team here in Santana. So they were kind of just reaching out to guys, American guys, you want to get your resume up, go up to the next level. But then again, like you said, like the rest of the players are just like, it's kind of just something that I do on the side. Like,
so that's like that. I think that's what the real like disconnect is. It's like you have some teams who have players who are fully committed, and then you have some teams who have players that are like, I just do this to lose weight, or I just do this
exactly stay in shape.
Also, like the seriousness is just not the same throughout the team, which makes it a lot harder to become a winning team.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I don't know if it was the same with your team, but like along the season, like the beginning we had X amount of girls, but some girls just dropped out, like they just left. Like
yeah, kind of. Yeah, there was a couple of players. I actually I came like a couple weeks later, so I missed a couple of the first couple of games. There were some players who started out with the first couple of games and didn't like make it all the way throughout the season.
Yeah.
But, I definitely think if we would have had our whole team and like our whole team would have been at each practice,
yeah,
I definitely would have made it way further.
Yeah, but like you said, it's still a good experience, and it's kind of one of those things that you kind of have to focus on yourself, just like working on your skills. What can I do better next game? So it's kind of like you just got to get yours, basically, I guess.
Yeah, and when like I just came to a realization when I realized that I wasn't going to be the one learning and soaking things in, I was like, okay, well, this is the opportunity for me to become a better leader, or you know, and just kind of like looking at the glass half full, because you can always get something out of any experience. So I guess that's what mine was. Obviously, like trying to train and develop more and like build good habits and stuff like that, but I was like, yeah, maybe God wants me to do this right now.
Exactly. I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, so I saw you a few weeks ago. You were at like some Jordan event. I know it was like or run or something like that. What was that? That looked pretty cool.
It was super cool. So the Jordan brand is on this mission to kind of like bring back, I don't know, bring back basketball into the city and like and like competitive basketball though. So like they've been having men's runs for a while, and it's all recorded and like it's all sponsored by Jordan. Most of the people that they invite are like social media influencers or professional basketball players, stuff like that. And so they recently started the women's runs, or what they call like ladies night. And it was so fun because they like gave you like a shit ton of like gear. They gave us like a duffel bag, like 2 pairs of sneakers. Like it was really nice. And then we just got to play 5-on-5, and it was like a great vibe. It was so fun. A lot of the girls there, New York City, like the basketball community is so like tight knit and small. Like you've seen these people like playing when you were growing up. I recognized a lot of the girls that was there. But yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And you said it was in New York, right? In the city?
Yeah. It was in the Nike headquarters. The building has like, it's like an office building, but they have a gym in there. So
wow.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, that seems like a really good experience. I like to do stuff like that, or I'd like to be a part of that, like in the future. Just like those events that like influencers go to, and just kind of, because it's more focused. I feel like you have like Devontae Friga, you have all these like YouTube hoopers, but a lot of them are guys. Like there's not a lot on the girls' side. You'll see like some girls here and there, but they'll be like OnlyFans girls that know how to shoot a basketball. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it actually reminded me. I don't know if you know of this girl, but she is like one of the influencer basketball players. Her name is JEMOTT, I believe, and she is from Boston and has done a lot of. She was in this commercial with Jaylen Brown and like a bunch of NBA players recently. I'll send it to you, but she was like, she's a big influencer in basketball, like in the basketball community. And so like I had that like opportunity, I guess, but in my senior year of college, we played against her team in the NCAA tournament. It was the first round we played against her team. And I was like, oh shit. Like I really didn't know that she was playing, but like I was like, dang, like I wonder how good she is. Like I was going through my mind. I was like, well, however good she is, I gotta be better.
Yeah.
But she was actually, she was pretty good. But yeah, those influencer play, like a lot of them, I feel like you don't even realize that they actually play basketball. Like they actually go to school, or they actually, you know what I mean? Like you think it's just on Instagram or whatever. So yeah.
But I think it is a new wave kind of for basketball, the whole social media thing and everything. I think it's gotten like really big, especially with like NIL. A lot of college hoopers are just like influencers. Like,
yeah, I'm not against it either, because like I said, like it's just another way to get your exposure up, you know, like if you can like take advantage of it. Like if I knew, well, YouTube was around, but if I used YouTube, or if I like, you know, if I like really used all the like exposure opportunities that was there, like I'm sure like finding a college would have been that much easier for me or whatever. So like I'm all for it if it makes life easier.
Yeah, exactly. So again, with playing here and just playing pro in general, do you plan on playing overseas again, or is that in your plans?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to figure out right now what my next steps are going to be. But I do want to play in another country that has like a maybe 3-month, 4-month like kind of season. And then use that to help me get ready for a like longer season, like an 8-month, 9-month, which would probably be in like Europe or Australia, whatever it may be. So that's my plan. I'm talking to a couple of teams. Maybe I'll come back to Costa Rica, maybe, but it depends. I got to see where my chips fall.
Yeah, I'm not sure with the league here. I've heard a lot of people saying like they don't know how many teams are going to be. There's only like 4 teams who are like trying to be like active within the league. So it's kind of crazy over here. You might want to take it somewhere else. But we can still get the training in, whatever.
Yeah, I've been talking to one of somebody, like I played in like a winter league out here, reached out to me about a team in Honduras, so I might maybe take the opportunity to play there. That, or have you ever heard of the PR League? I think it's BSR or something like that.
I think so. I'm not. I think I've heard that name. Mm-hmm.
It's a league in Puerto Rico that the men's division is like really like there are a lot of like NBA players play in that the men's league, but the women's league is pretty competitive too. So I was looking into it.
Okay, yeah, and it's like right next door too. It's not too far.
Yeah.
So
do you plan?
What's that?
Like, have you been back to the States?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to the States on Thursday, but I went back in January to San Antonio. So
was that for your birthday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was for my birthday. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
That looked fun.
So, like you said, I heard you say that you were talking about Europe and stuff like that. I know a lot of people, a lot of women aren't comfortable going like the other side of the world. Do you see yourself playing in these like far places, or do you have like a preference?
I can because, well, I definitely prefer to be on this side of the world. America is right there, like Central America is right there. So obviously like a lot closer to home. But I have been to England and I do have family out there. So like one of the team that I was talking to out there was an English team. I think their league is called the WBBL, which is a pretty good league too. So I'm not opposed to it. And also it's just a new experience. And when you're there, it may feel like forever, but it's really only like 9-10 months. So
yeah, and I think it's good to experience like different cultures. Even with me coming out here, like it's like a gift and a curse, but I mean, I'm kind of embracing the culture. Like my Spanish is getting better and stuff like that. So what's that?
Dang, I heard how you pronounce Santa Ana or whatever you just said.
Yeah, so I mean, it's getting better. We've been here for almost 2 years now, so we moved here like summer 2022, I think. So we've been here for a little while. But yeah. So we're gonna do some speed questions to end it off. So it's 10 questions and a bonus question. So they're just short-winded questions, just to explore more about you. All right, let's get it. So first one is go-to pregame song.
Go-to pregame song. I'm a big Kodak Black fan, so maybe Roll in Peace.
Roll in Peace, yeah, that's a good song. All right, next one. Favorite hooping shoes at the moment?
Right now? Oh, I'm like not even like a signature shoe person. I'm playing in Hyperdunks right now, 2015 Hyperdunks.
Oh, yeah. I saw they re-released them recently in the outlets.
If they did, I have to find more. But I found one, like, because the store near me was, like, closing, and they have like, a liquidation sale, and it was, like, I need those.
You stock up.
I love the Hyperdunks. I'm such, like, a team shoe, like, player. Like, I don't really care for it. I've played in, like, calories and all that, and it's just not good for me. Like, it actually hurts me.
Really?
I literally got plantar fasciitis after playing in Kyrie's.
Really? After playing in Kyrie's? Wow. Yeah, my dad has the same thing. I know it's like super painful. Like he's always trying to train and stuff. Yeah, that sucks.
That happened to me like right before I came to Costa Rica. That like winter, like January-ish into it ended probably May. No. It ended in like April. So that to like April of 2023.
Oh, okay. So are you good now? Is it still kind of like going on or?
Yeah, good now. I have to like stretch and stuff and just be mindful because I can feel like when my calves are getting tight or when like that Achilles is getting tight. So I just stretch it out. but I use insoles. Like I can't play without insoles.
Okay.
Even, like
Yeah.
walking around shoes, like I have insoles in.
Oh, same thing with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same thing. So next one, top 3 favorite players all time, all levels.
Oh, okay. Top 3 favorite players. Okay. Carmelo Anthony. This is so hard. Nobody's gonna agree with this. Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson, and Maya Moore.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Allen Iverson, I agree with you on that one. Even though he has no rings, I mean, he kind of changed the game, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So next one, do you have a go-to move, and if so, what is it?
My go-to move is the spin move.
Spin move. Keep it simple. It works every time, though.
Or like dribble combination, probably like in and out, tween.
Oh,
in and out.
That's mine too. Just it's so easy. Just get by everybody with it. So easy. All right. So next one. Describe your game in 3 words.
Okay. Damn. Can I get an example?
You could be like quick, finesse.
Okay. I'll say smooth. I'll say smart, high IQ. I don't know. And definitely physical, like physicality, physical.
Smooth, smart, physical. Hey, that's 3 good things to have in your game. Like you're set with those 3. I mean, all right.
I would say handle. I need a little bit more practice. Like just one more year, like dribble. Handle will be up there for me.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Favorite basketball movie.
Oh, that's so easy. Oh, Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball. Yeah, it's classic.
What's another good one? Coach Carter. Is that the name of it?
I think I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I don't think.
What's your favorite one?
I'd have to say either Love and Basketball or like Mike or something. I guess.
Oh, like
yeah. I just saw the recent the White Man Can Jump, the new one. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the new one.
It's pretty good. A lot of people were talking trash about it, like on social media. But I mean, it's a pretty good movie. Like Jack Harlow and all these influencers are in it, so it's good to watch it.
I'm gonna take a look at it.
Yep.
What about like those old school movies, like He Got Game? Is that the one? That's the one with Ray Allen, right?
I think I'm not sure.
But yeah, Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball, classic. All right, next question. You gotta be honest with this one. Most embarrassing moment on the court.
So like the list goes on. Most embarrassing. Okay, cool. This luckily was not like in a real game. This was just rec basketball, so not too many eyes were there. But while I was at Seton Hall, I would like play just in the rec with my friends and stuff like that. And like this one time, there was this girl there, and we were just playing. Like she was playing with us, or she was playing before me, and I could tell that like she was really good. And then like we played against each other, and she like cooked me. Like she must have been like, I don't know, 6'3", 6'4", maybe in that range. I think her name was Tabitha Brown. They call her Tab. So I'm like, who is this girl? She's cooking me, and like I'm like I'm not a super big defender, but like I'm not gonna let you like cook me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and like all my friends was there. And then long story short, she was an alumni for the school and she's like the number one leading scorer at Seton Hall.
Oh,
So I was like,
wow.
all right, if I get cooked, like I'll get cooked by somebody like that. But
Mm-hmm.
that was, she like really hooked me and she was doing everything. Like she was blowing by me, like jumpers in the face, like just making me look silly out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can kind of feel that because like even playing here, like I'm used to playing with boys because a lot of more guys are in like the training programs. My dad, so we'll play pickup or whatever. And then if there's like another girl, like everybody's automatically like, you got her. You know what I'm saying? So if she's cooking me, I'm a little like, wait a second. I'm supposed to be like some boy come guard me so I can like get a bucket and everybody will be happy. So yeah, it's definitely different, especially going back and forth to the United States. What was that?
When you play against guys and like you score one, everybody goes crazy, like, oh.
Yes, exactly. So whenever you play against a girl who also like actually hoops, it's like kind of a wake up call. So you kind of have to like stay on your toes. Like, yeah.
That's it. What else has been embarrassing? I don't know. I feel like getting like crossed or whatever, but I don't want to say it because like knock on wood, I've never been like crossed out of my shoes like and fell, you know.
Yeah,
like, I was yeah, just out of place.
Yeah, that's never happened to me either. Hopefully it doesn't anytime soon. I'm gonna stay on my toes.
For all of that, I'll just let you go.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather get a layup scored on me than get dropped. So yeah. All right, so next one. I know you're from New York and there's a big street ball atmosphere. So street ball or organized ball?
Organized.
Organized? Why is that?
I just like street ball is fun. It's a lot of one-on-one. It's a lot of like it's not much like IQ being used in the game, I guess. Like it's a lot of one-on-one, mismatch, take advantage of whatever. I think organized basketball and definitely like the higher the level you play, it becomes less of like athleticism or it's more about just thinking the game through. And like that's the fun thing. Because like when you're playing against a really good team or somebody who's defending you is a really good defender, it's like now a chess match. You gotta like try to outsmart the other player.
Yeah,
so that's fun too.
I definitely could see that. Yeah, street ball, especially if you're like going to the park or something, it would just be some random people. I feel like even if I'm playing in like certain games or I'm playing in a league, I'm in season, like I feel like I'm gonna get hurt. Like I don't want to get hurt. I'm playing with like randoms, you know what I'm saying?
I was playing in 3 leagues this past winter, and like one of them was like not that great. Like a lot of older people played in that league, and then the other 2 were like a lot more competitive. But on Friday, I went to this like pro run kind of thing where it was kind of like the Jordan runs, but not Jordan. It was just somewhere else, but like the same kind of talent or whatever. And my friend was like, you don't like, I like this, Chanel. I like when you play like that. Like you don't play like that like all the time. And I'm like, yeah, because that league was like not great. Like I'm not gonna play my best and like potentially get hurt playing against like 50-year-olds. Like that's just not. So yeah, I don't know. I'd be trying to pick my battles, but like obviously the better the competition, then the better you play too.
Especially if you're going for longevity in basketball, like you kind of gotta pick your I'd rather stick to training. Like if I'm sore, I'd rather be from training than somebody elbowing me or something like.
LeBron playing it. I mean, like, well, he did kind of play in the Drew League like not too long ago, but like stuff like that, like you don't really see them out there in like these tournaments, Park or Dykeman or whatever. Like, they do it for like a little 1-2 photo op, but they're not like putting themselves at risk like that.
It's a business, so they gotta stay healthy and smooth.
Exactly.
Yep. So next one. So street ball, you know, there's trash talk and everything like that. So what's the craziest trash talk you've ever heard on the court, whether it's to you or whether it's to a teammate or whether you said it or however it was?
I I don't really talk that much trash unless I'm being provoked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a sailor. Like I curse a lot, so it's like watch that. Like like shut that up. Like
Yeah.
that kind of vibe. I don't know. Like the talking doesn't really get to. It's really when it just gets to fighting. Like that's the craziest. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's not even much talking. It's just a look, and then it's like punches being thrown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely. Been like at a couple of games where like it came to blows, but that's probably it.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that out here. I had to better my Spanish so I could trash talk to them in Spanish, but that's what I've been doing lately.
I never thought about that.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I'll just say what I have to say in English. Like either you understand it or you don't.
I'm trying to make sure you understand. Yeah.
And one puta.
Yeah. Siéntate, sit down. Yeah. But yeah, it's all fun, especially when you're playing. It's a gift and a curse when you're playing with girls who aren't as skilled. They're not going to get you better, but they're going to make you look better. So, I mean, yeah. All right, next one, number 10. Coolest environment you've ever played in?
Coolest environment I've ever played in. I guess, wow, that's a hard question. I think my freshman year at Seton Hall, the arenas we would play at was definitely like, whoa, this is the big leagues kind of thing. Like we had played against Minnesota, one of those that year, and their arena is like huge, and it's like one of those where the floor is like higher than the bench.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like elevated.
Yeah, it's elevated, and then you like got to step up on the court. Like I don't know, that was pretty cool to me. What else? And anywhere that's like the crowd is like super energetic and like there's a big crowd. I love it. Yeah. I don't know. That's a hard question.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time, especially for you, like if you want to go to other countries, because it's a little bit different here because it's like lower level pro. But once you get to different countries, Europe, like the crowds are crazy. I heard and I see on online and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get to the bonus question. What's a piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
That's so easy. I would tell my younger self to, one, play like real AAU at an earlier age, so I can get myself out there more, and then also go to a high school with like a serious basketball program. But that's just like, I didn't know any better. My mom didn't know any better. You know, like I really don't hold no regret or anything about it because I still am where I am today. But just for anybody coming up, if you do want to take the sport serious, it definitely starts like with where you go to school, and not only just because of like basketball, but also like the good habits that you want to like start to build on starts from young. And the younger you start, and the more you're like around good coaching and good teammates that push you and good program, then it just makes it easier for you down the line.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Especially here, like I'm kind of taking the advice of like just focus on dominating where you're at, no matter how much time I get, what team I play for. So, but I mean, I'm a sophomore now, so there's no telling like where I'm playing next year, if I'm even going to be here in Costa Rica or whatever. So, yeah, I kind of just taking that advice and stuff.
Where do you want to end up? Like, do you want to play college basketball in the States?
So at first, for me, it was like, I don't really want to go to college. I just want to go straight overseas and stuff like that. So it's kind of the reasoning of my dad and I moving here to kind of get used to overseas basketball and stuff like that. But I feel like even the past 2 years now that college basketball has kind of got more popular, like I never really watched basketball at all. Like I know that's kind of bad to say as a basketball player, but
that's how I was too. That's how I was too.
yeah, I don't really, even now I don't watch the NBA. I don't know what team's playing tomorrow night or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just always in the gym. So not until like these past years I've kind of considered like, oh, this college environment might be pretty cool. You know, there's NIL, there's all this stuff that factors into it. So I mean, I think I'm just focused on being the best player I can be right now, and then whatever opportunities come, just being prepared for them and stuff like that.
Yeah. And whatever route you decide to go down, like I said, like your work ethic and like how dedicated you are, you're going to be successful no matter what you do. So just keep sure.
I appreciate that. Well, that's the end of the interview. I want to thank you again for joining me today on the first episode, and I hope you succeed in everything that you're going to. I can't wait to see you in the big leagues in a few years. And yeah, basically, thank you.
Oh, it was great. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Wish you all the best. I know you're going to do great things, so I can't wait to watch you succeed.
I appreciate that.